There's an underground river flowing through every queer community I've ever been a part of and kissed. The underground river of kids who went away. The boys and girls who got so tired, spent hours curled up sleeping. An underground river, swelling its banks, filling the riverbed, carrying us away. Fibro, chronic fatigue, rheumatoid arthritis, Lyme disease, cancer, endometriosis, multiple sclerosis, multiple chemical sensitivity. We were all just too sensitive. Fatigue too thick to make sense of cell phone, Trader Joe's, laundromat, let alone meeting, party, dance floor. We go away. Sick. Sick? You sick again, girl? You still in bed? It's 3 in the afternoon. Shame crumbles our hips to the floor, sticks us there. There's an underground river that whispers, abuse survivors are the ones who get the weird diseases. Us whose bodies were raped and touched too young. Us whose bodies tell terrible stories, horrible lies. Our cells' walls cave in on the stories they hold that are too much, swell our banks in a flash flood. Leaves us crumpled in sweatpants on our beds, cell phones where we text our friends when we're too gone to call. Vibrators always plugged in for pain control. Herbal infusion in big mason jars. On hold for the low-income queer sliding scale acupuncture clinic. Again. Sweating. Scared. Sometimes you never see us again. When I was in my early 20s, I was supposed to be like Zadie Smith or Saul Williams, famous and accomplished at 21 with a book or a CD or a spoken word celebrity. Instead, my early 20s went away. I spent them sleeping, 15, 17, 21 hours a day. That was my accomplishment. When I was in my early 20s, I walked back into memory. I walked up the front steps of a one-bedroom apartment with a half-broken front door I could still lock and shut the door. In another country, I wrote my parents my horrible story, tucked it in the mailbox, and walked away to where I grew tireder and tireder. It was as if I had some Victorian wasting disease, but I wasn't Victorian. I was a light brown girl with old glasses, poverty, a trembling, sick body. All I could do was sleep. So that's what I did. I slept and I reknit. I surrendered and fell on my futon in the hours it took to muster the strength to make it to the bathroom. I found the stories that felt like river stones in my belly. I could touch their smooth gray and stippled whirlpool backs and know they were real. My terrible story. It was the medicine I would need. What had happened? What had happened? I chose to believe my terrible story, and I healed. I healed true.